Hello, YouTube. This is Infonator 1. I'm making a quick video. I am trying to not cover topics that would get me deplatformed, because YouTube will deplatform you if you talk about certain things. We all know that now. I mean, most of us do. So I'm going to talk about something that basically it occurred to me. Sometimes I get a lot of these ideas to make videos and I don't make them, but today I actually, and they're good. They're real good. I mean, for me, they're good topics. I know for a lot of other people, they don't question anything about religion and they don't understand how religion works. Like the rapture, how the rapture plays into this time right now. People basically say they don't really care about, well, they don't really care too much. It's just maybe they think they don't have an impact if they can't do anything about it. Of course they can. Everybody, the saying is, many hands make light work of heavy load. Many hands make light work of heavy load. So these people say they're going to be raptured off, and I believe that the rapture theory was created. And hey, maybe there's a super advanced race that's going to come and harvest us, because the Bible does say 68 times that we're basically a crop. It says it in so many words. And I know a lot of people will say, well, no, they love us. Get over it. Politicians don't love you. And the people around the world don't love you, because you're an instrument of their like exponential industry. You're just an instrument. You're a device. It's like the guys who made the pyramids. If they used all these slave workers and the dudes on top didn't have to do nothing, that's what they are. They are just an instrument, an exponential instrument of creating things and making money and all of that stuff. And you have to realize that you have to think out of the box, because these beings are owning us. And I know, yes, 70% of the population is probably below 90 IQ, right? So that would make it fairly easy to deceive people. They don't have any objective, and plus the education system. I'm getting really off topic, I guess. I'm just trying to say trying to explain why we're being duped. And the topic of this video is that the remission of sins is a cover story for a biblical immorality that I call blood sacrifice. Blood human sacrifice, just as there were virgin sacrifices, because their blood is pure. It has more, when the minute you become you pass puberty, it's no good, or it's less effective for them. And a lot of other things, like if you become immoral, they want innocence, because innocence has a better energy source within the blood. If you're young, your system hasn't been contaminated by all the things in the soil, because regardless, even if you eat the most organic stuff, pristine foods, it doesn't matter, because the food has arsenic, it has cadmium, all kinds of metals like lead, and so throughout time then your blood becomes toxic. That's why they have to catch them young. That's what that's all about. Anyways, I'm not condoning it in any way, shape, or form. There's lots of cultures, or basically all cultures, have had the blood libel. The Jews call it the blood libel, where they get children and they torture them, and then they produce adrenochrome. Are these people different species? It's possible. It's possible. I know that the royal lineage through Adam all the way through King David and Solomon and up to Queen Elizabeth and all her children, and then that spreads out through the leaders of the earth. We're being run by these people. They're hybrids. If you've ever heard the term demigod, like Hercules, Prometheus, Helen of Troy, Achilles, all these were basically hybrids visited by gods at certain times, astrological alignments, which causes a higher EM, and they are basically impregnated through some holy immaculation, just like Jesus Christ. Basically, Jesus Christ is a throw over from Zeus and all his half-god creations. But what I'm trying to say is that these beings are creating a scapegoat, just like Satan is a scapegoat for the bad things that the God of the OT Bible. He basically created a proxy cover story excuse for all the bad things that happen on the earth, just as they, supposedly kill these scapegoats and run them off into the forest. The Jews did. He created that to protect himself, to insulate himself from culpability. The OT is strife with blood sacrifice, human, not just animal. And God demanded it when he came to the patriarchs and told them, hey, kill some animals for me, kill some people, preferably virgins and all this stuff. And it's still going on, even though you think maybe, oh, well, Jesus Christ supposedly came and did away with all that. Did he? I mean, consider there's over 3 billion babies. We all know that aborted, and we all know that the Moloch religion was sacrificing babies. So, in some variants, it hasn't stopped. All the wars, constant wars, it's never been let up. It's never let up. So you have to consider that it's being done through another method, and right now is the major culling. In other words, this pandemic thing that they're doing is to shut down everything, create small grid cities, and shorten the food supply. See, because now they're basically, because the corona is not taking as well as they thought, they haven't given up. They have not given up at all. They are basically going to try to kill off all our meat supply, because their little plan of scaring people into remission isn't working, because it's not going to work on the second or third one, even if it's worse, because people realize now that they're going to starve and not be able to pay their bills. So there's you're damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. So this is basically a call-off of the whole, which I've been talking about throughout all my videos. The whole point, just like the movie Jupiter Ascending. Just when the number is right, the planet can't sustain anymore, they basically go and cull the whole world. They don't care about the infrastructure, not the off-planet beings, not at all. Maybe the beings here that are the proxy royal lineage